Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you for your time today.
Before they leave, I promise to do one thing.
Some people just can't get out of their own way. Kodak Black is one of those people. The Florida rapper, who signed to Atlantic Records in October 2015, has received cosigns from Drake, recorded a great feature for French Montana, and scored a top 10 hit single of his own. During his rise in the rap game, the 19-year-old rapper from Pompano Beach has also seen his share of drama due to his life of crime. Recently, the rapper was sentenced to a 10-year suspended prison sentence for attacking a teenage girl in 2016 after he pled guilty to first-degree assault charges on April 28, 2021. Okay, so how did it happen that he pleaded guilty, but he is out of jail? Well, you have to stay until the end of this video and learn more about the story. But before we continue, make sure that you smash those like and subscribe buttons first, and ring the bell to make sure that you get the freshest juice. Who is Kodak Black?
First things first, Kodak Black was sentenced to probation Wednesday for assaulting a teenage girl in a South Carolina hotel room.
Otherwise known as Bill Cajon Capri, was born Diason Octave on June 11, 1997. He is an American rapper who gained initial recognition with his single No Flockin', released in 2014. His debut album, Painting Pictures, 2017, peaked at number 3 on the U.S. Billboard 200 and included the Billboard Hot 100 Top 10 single, Tunnel Vision. He signed to Atlantic Records, the storied record company that over the decades has been home to big-name artists like Ray Charles, Aretha Franklin, Led Zeppelin, Coldplay, Kelly Clarkson, Bruno Mars, and Gucci Mane. But when this first major album debuted at number 3 in the country, rapper Kodak Black was behind bars. Again. It was a moment that defined the rising young musician from a small but rough housing complex in Pompano Beach. The tension between his potential for superstardom and the criminal behavior that keeps getting in his way. The Fader, a music publication, called him America's hardest working teenage rapper. People in his old neighborhood talk about a quiet little boy walking around with a notepad, constantly writing rhymes. He would later say in a documentary produced by the popular website World Star Hip Hop that in school he would rap with other kids. But when it came time to perform, they'd all make excuses to avoid going on stage except for him. But almost as much for his music, Kodak Black is known for a seemingly never-ending streak of legal problems. In the world outside the jails and courtrooms, Kodak Black is seen as one of the most prodigious rappers of his generation. Millions of kids want what he has: music, money, fame, momentum. The 2016 incident and the guilty plea. For whatever talent Octave possesses, there's an equally destructive side. An apparent inability to stay out of trouble, even by his own acknowledgement. His legal troubles have persisted for years, and though it's hard to say to what degree his problems have stunted his career, they're certainly not helping.
Florida rapper Kodak Black has been sentenced to 46 months in prison after being found guilty of federal weapons charges.
What's certain is that it kept him off tour and, more importantly, kept him from truly becoming the superstar that vets like Master P says he could be. In 2016, it was reported that the rapper was accused of sexually assaulting an 18-year-old high school girl at a hotel in Florence, South Carolina. The teen reported the crime to her school nurse, who informed the police of the allegations. The victim then told authorities the assault took place inside a hotel room following Kodak's performance in Florence, South Carolina. The warrant for Kodak's arrest stated he forced the victim onto the bed in the room and then onto the floor of the room. The defendant removed the victim's underwear before penetrating her as she repeatedly told him to stop. Authorities said Kodak ignored the girl's pleas and allegedly bit her on the neck and breasts. He was indicted in 2017 on first-degree sexual assault charges. In a statement of the facts, one of Black's friends and the victim were together with a group of people in a hotel room and eventually found themselves alone. He had romantic ideas in his mind. She did not, Black's attorney said. So he ended up trying to have a romantic encounter with her and bit her as part of that.
He had romantic ideas on his mind. She did not. So he ended up trying to have a romantic encounter with her.
On April 28, 2021, the 23-year-old rapper stood before a judge overseeing the case, and the rapper pled guilty to lesser charges of first-degree assault and battery in a plea deal. He was facing up to 30 years in state prison. Kodak Black received a suspended 10-year sentence and will be on probation for 18 months. As part of the plea deal, he must take responsibility for the incident, undergo counseling, and apologize publicly to the victim. "I apologize this happened," he said in court. "I'm hopeful we can all move forward. I wish her the best in her life." His legal team has also released a statement. Today, Bill Capri took a plea to the legal charge of assault, a non-sex offense, and received an 18-month probation, said his attorneys. This was a change of charge from the original charge. Having consistently denied these 5-year-old allegations, he entered this plea in order to resolve the matter.
That's bullshit, too. So talk about something else.
Well, I was saying, I think...
We don't have to talk about nothing else. We could be done right here.
All right, I'm gone. Say less.
That's a bummer.
The victim, according to 12th Circuit solicitor Ed Clements, was present on a screen and agreed to all conditions of the plea deal. Joining Black in court was Baltimore Ravens quarterback and 2019 NFL MVP Lamar Jackson, who called himself a friend of the rapper earlier this year when he tweeted at outgoing President Donald Trump asking him to commute Black's sentence for an unrelated 2019 charge in which he was sentenced to 3 years in jail after pleading guilty to weapons charges in Florida. Shortly after his sentencing, Kodak shared the following post on Twitter, suggesting he was pleased with the outcome. Kodak Black also addressed the plea deal on Twitter. "Both of us just wanted to get this over, and I ain't have to come off with no money," he wrote. "Ain't got registered as a sex offender or none. That's a play if you ask me, LOL. Y'all got me freaked up. I ain't that freaky, homie. My heart goes out to all the girls out here getting raped, and all for real, but I ain't did that thin. Hashtag I'm too gangsta. Hashtag too fly for that."
Kodak Black, who legally changed his real name to Bill Capri, was booked on warrants tied to a series of state and federal weapons violations.
These sexual assault charges are unrelated to the 2019 case that put Black behind bars. The rapper pleaded guilty also to federal weapons charges in Florida for making a false statement in paperwork to purchase firearms. He was sentenced to 46 months in prison, during which he put a prison guard in the hospital after grabbing his testicles in a drug-fueled fight. Afterwards, he was moved from a Miami correctional facility to a maximum security Kentucky prison. Then, last April 2020, he pleaded guilty again, this time to gun possession charges in New York. Last fall, November 2020, he asked Trump to commute his sentence to free him in advance of his August 2022 release date. Trump finally did so. Kodak Black was released from prison in January after being pardoned by him in the final hours of his presidency. The rapper was released from prison in January after being given a presidential pardon by Donald Trump in an 11th-hour decision the morning he left office. Together with Lil Wayne and Michael Harry-O Harris, co-founder of seminal rap label Death Row Records, after Snoop Dogg campaigned on his behalf. In return, he promised to donate $1 million to charity. Lil Yachty, Yo Gotti, and Lil Pump had lobbied Trump for his clemency. Kodak Black is a prominent artist and community leader, McKinney said in a statement, while praising Black's philanthropic efforts. He is committed to support a variety of charitable efforts, such as providing educational resources to students and families of fallen law enforcement officers and the underprivileged. In addition to these efforts, he has paid for the notebooks of school children, providing funding and supplies to daycare centers, provided food for the hungry, and annually provides underprivileged children during Christmas.
Let me be the last man standing. And I pray this my last day in.
Following his pardon from the former president, Black tweeted, "I want to thank the president, @Real Donald Trump, for his commitment to justice reform and shortening my sentence. I also want to thank everyone for their support and love. It means more than you'll ever know. I want to continue giving back, learning, and growing." Black then released a new song called Last Day In, addressing the commutation of his prison sentence by Donald Trump. What do you think will happen to Kodak Black's life now after the plea agreement and his pardon? Do you think he will grab the second chance given to him and stay away from trouble? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to share this video with your friends. To always be in the loop and get the freshest videos, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again on our next video.